Why should you have limiting beliefs unless your life is actually a downer? How did they get there? What if you could overcome those limiting beliefs and build the life of your dreams? I'm going to tell you how I used magic mushrooms to overcome my limiting beliefs, a lot like a day trader and booger sugar. A psilocybin endowed hello guys, it's Cosmic Buddha, and today we're gonna be talking about how to overcome your limiting beliefs. Life is a dick. Sometimes it's hard and beats you into submission, filling you up with limiting beliefs. The more time you spend alive, the more limiting beliefs you develop, slowly, as the world constantly tells you no.
Listen to your sister, Morty. To live is to risk it all. Otherwise, you're just an inert chunk of randomly assembled molecules drifting wherever the universe blows you. Oh, I'm sorry, Jerry. I didn't see you there. How much of that did you hear?
All of it. You were looking right at me.
Maybe you had a dream to build a business and retire young. Maybe you imagined yourself on a yacht with supermodels and an impending lawsuit. Maybe you just wanted to meet the love of your life and retire on a cannabis farm in Colorado. Society is going to instill a whole load of limiting beliefs and constantly beat you down into submission until you get down on your knees and take it from the system. Maybe you want more from your life than just working all the time until you hit 65 and then bam, you magically retire, and with just saving $1 off your weekly coffee, you have now saved fuck all. Maybe a friend or a family member said that your dream of being an OnlyFans 1% top star is impossible, but every time you look at the magic mushroom in the mirror, you realize it's massive and that impossible is nothing. On that note, my own dad said that your content is boring because no one is going to be interested in psychedelics. And do you know what I said to that limiting belief? Fuck that. I'm gonna take this shit seriously. I'm taking off the shades and I'm following my purpose. Psilocybin changed my life. It healed me. It helped me achieve a level of consciousness that I didn't even know was possible. I believe it can change the world. I believe in it. I believe it can help millions of people fix and ameliorate their mental health challenges. The world is in pain, and psychedelics are the healers that we need. If this message hits home for you, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share. Let's spread the message of the mushrooms and maybe prove a point while we're at it. With that out of the way, what is a limiting belief? In my picture, there is a vast outer and equally vast inner realm. Between these two stands the individual, facing now one and then the other, and, according to mood or disposition, taking one for absolute truth by denying or sacrificing the other. Carl Jung. This is not the definition of a limiting belief, but it sounds profound, so I put it in the video. Here's the actual definition that I plagiarized from the internet. A limiting belief is a thought or state of mind that you think is the absolute truth and stops you from doing certain things. These beliefs don't always have to be about yourself either. They could be about how the world works, ideas, and how you interact with people. Yeah, 3 places where limiting beliefs originate from: family values and beliefs, life experience, education. So family values. Your family started shaping your beliefs before you even knew how to tie your shoes or say no to their wisdom. From the moment you were born, they were busy passing down a mix of values, ideas, and quirks, often without realizing it. Your core beliefs, they didn't just appear out of thin air. They were installed early, like some questionable software update you didn't agree to download. A grandparent might have drawn a hard line between rich people and the rest of us, subtly reinforcing a scarcity mindset. I wrote this a while ago, but even reading it now, it hits close to home. I grew up with the whole, there's rich people and then there's us, and that they're somehow different, that success and living your dreams is something that's actually unattainable because it's completely separate from you. Luckily, I no longer hold myself accountable to such limiting beliefs. Thank you, mushrooms. A father's sermons on godliness and responsibility could make every childhood mistake feel like a moral failure, and a mother might have pushed the white-collar grind as the golden ticket to success, leaving little room for creative dreams or unconventional paths. I'm a qualified medical doctor. Am I practicing medicine now? No, because I've chosen to follow my higher purpose, my mission on this life. It was risky. It is risky. I'm talking about stuff that's pretty much illegal in most places in the world. Thankfully, as you may know, this is not medical advice and is purely for entertainment. Remember that. The thing is, these beliefs weren't necessarily meant for you. More often than not, they were your family's own fears, experiences, and worldviews, neatly packaged and handed down. Whether it's their opinions on careers, hobbies, or even music, these inherited beliefs start to build a framework of how you see yourself and the world. You start to see the world not as it is, but as you were told to believe that it is, and you can see why that's a problem. And just like that, you're living in someone else's story until you decide to rewrite it. Experience. Every experience leaves a mark, whether you realize it or not. The feelings tied to those moments often shape your future decisions, sometimes in ways you don't even notice. Imagine this. You gave a presentation once and it bombed. Your hands were sweaty, your voice cracked, and someone in the back was definitely stifling a laugh. Now, every time someone says, "Hey, could you present this?" your gut reaction is absolutely not. Why? Because one embarrassing experience convinced you that public speaking isn't your thing. This is unfortunately how our human minds operate. You have one negative experience, and for the rest of your life, you let that dictate your expectations on yourself and the reality around you. Your mind has accepted this limiting belief, and it has become a part of you. But here's the thing. One rough presentation doesn't mean you're doomed to a life of awkward silences. It just means it's time to rewrite the narrative. Number 3. Education. The people you learn from, whether they're teachers, family, or friends, play a massive role in shaping your beliefs. When someone's job or authority involves sharing knowledge, their words carry weight, often sinking deeper into your subconscious than you realize. And if that person happens to be someone you admire, game over. You're far more likely to take their opinion as gospel, even if they're a little questionable. Ever had a favorite teacher tell you, "You're just not a math person"? That one casual remark can turn into a lifelong narrative that keeps you far away from equations and spreadsheets forever. And you know how much fun that is, right? So what should you remember from all of this? Be mindful of whose beliefs you're borrowing. You might be carrying around someone else's baggage without even you realizing it. Okay, so you know what a limiting belief is, and you know some sorts of limiting beliefs, and you're probably wondering, where does psilocybin fit in with all of this? Well, now psilocybin enters the chat. Here's something to think about. Rewiring neural pathways takes time, effort, and possibly money. You could go to therapy and spend thousands of dollars and time on it. And here's the thing, therapy is amazing. Maybe it works for you. I am not saying you shouldn't go to therapy. I am proposing a different method, a different kind of solution for the mental ailments that you experience. This method is more self-directed. It's a bit of a cheat code, but it is not without substantial risk for obvious reasons. So I want to preface this by saying this is not medical advice. Use this information at your own risk. Let's face it, life is busy. Ain't nobody got time to deal with a lifetime long of trauma. Maybe you don't want to talk about it. Maybe you just want to deal right now. Results today, yesterday, boom. For those of you who consider yourself connoisseurs of psychedelics, you can use them to overcome your limiting beliefs. These are the steps that I use to overcome my limiting beliefs with the awesome power of magic fucking mushrooms. These steps are to be taken when you are already deep in magic mushroom land on your trip. Remember that. Step number 1. In magic mushroom land, you need to visualize your ideal reality. Live it. What is your life actually like? Where are you living? What are you doing? Who are you doing? What is your routine like? What is your view? How does your human experience feel? Right now, you are in magic mushroom land, and thus when you visualize and reflect on these questions, you will directly be able to live them. It's like being in a lucid dream where you have complete control of the environment of your mind. Guys, you need to really engage with this. You need to inhabit this thought. You need to inhabit the answers to these questions for this to work. Let your senses be in a blissful state for as long as you like. Lay down the neural pathways of this incredible life and vision for yourself. Spend time in this fantasy location as if it actually exists. Step 2. Step 2 is gonna suck. Now you need to do the complete opposite. Visualize your worst possible reality. Experience. Where are you? Who are you? How terrible does this life feel? Feel the emotions. Live the emotions in the magic mushroom space. Now this is important. This is gonna be like a horror movie. This experience of your worst possible reality, it's gonna suck. It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be terrifying. And it should be scary. It should be terrifying. It needs to evoke that primordial terror that resides deep in your heart of hearts. The fear of the imminent and existential dread that comes with living a life that you don't desire. You need these feelings because they're gonna help you imprint your new beliefs. It is important though to not get caught in thought loops. You can turn an amazing trip into a really terrible trip if you identify with these emotions. This is why I mentioned the importance of viewing this in the third person. You view this detached while being able to see the impact it has on your reality. Step 2, it's not fun. This part is not meant to be easy. Step 3. Step 3 is actually pretty simple. You are in Magic Mushroom Land, and you have seen both your worst possible life and your best possible life. What a contrast, right? You've seen the worst possible outcomes for your future and the best. It's like yin and yang. All the timelines you've experienced. Step 3 is about asking questions. Well, I guess all of them are about asking questions, but it's the answer to these questions that matter too. So step 3 is 2 primary questions. Who do you need to become to get the reality from step 1? And who do you need to avoid becoming to avoid the reality from step 2? Take this seriously. In Magic Mushroom Land, think of all the characteristics you have. Your skills, your hobbies, your interests, your work experience. Everything that makes you you. Do this in great detail. Step 4. You have your dream life. You know what it looks like and feels like. You know your personal build and skill set, who you are and what you are capable of. Great. Internalize these thoughts in psychedelic space. Really reflect on them and ensure you have answered the previous steps to the best of your ability. Now, ask yourself, what is actually stopping me from achieving this ideal life? What beliefs do I have that are incongruent with me accomplishing all that I need to do to achieve the best possible life? Reflect on these limiting beliefs, internalize them, view them in your mind's eye, break them apart. Ask yourself, is this belief true? What is this belief grounded in? And should I believe this? Is it benefiting me? Do I need to change this belief? You need to be honest with yourself. Reflect and answer each of your beliefs in great detail. Contemplate them. Once you have finished dissecting your belief, it's time for the magic. Step 5, the part you've all been waiting for, where the magic in Magic Mushroom really hits. You are now going to imprint new beliefs. So let's say you want to start a business. Your limiting belief is, I suck at business because my parents tried starting a business and it failed. So if I try starting one, it will fail too. I am using an intentionally basic example for this. Your limiting belief will be uniquely your own. It might be in a format like this. I want to accomplish task XYZ, but ABC belief is holding me back or says that I can't do said task. And this is where you're going to imprint the new belief over that. Your new belief could be as simple as, I can start a successful business. It is very simple, guys. It doesn't need to be complicated. The belief just needs to be something that you can imprint into your subconscious mind. I am good enough. I can do task XYZ. I am capable of doing that. It's simple, but it's effective. It might sound a bit ridiculous, but bear with me. You are in Magic Mushroom Land. You have developer mode of your mind and unconscious mind. The beliefs you choose to overwrite and imprint in the psychedelic state can literally rewire your entire mind and the reality that you experience. So you are going to spend some time repeating this belief while in psychedelic space. You will visualize this belief, experience it, and repeatedly live it. You have to do it many times. You're going to imprint, you're going to overwrite, you're going to imprint, you're going to overwrite, you're going to imprint, you're going to overwrite. You're going to keep telling yourself this new belief again and again and again, like some sort of primordial mantra that you keep telling your subconscious mind. Reconstruct your belief to fit this dream life that we discussed in step 1. Spend as much time as you need to keep doing this. You will know you have succeeded when you are no longer in psychedelic space and you reflect on this belief and it sounds stupid. The thing is, you've achieved imprinting a new belief when one day you're not on magic mushrooms, you're sitting at a coffee shop and you're looking out and you think of your limiting belief. And maybe you laugh, maybe you find it really silly. You ask yourself, why did I ever entertain that belief? It's completely untrue. That's how you know you've succeeded. When your limiting belief sounds like a work of fiction to your mind, when you can't even entertain that belief because it sounds so far-fetched. Your imprinted new belief instead, it comes to the surface. Your experience will be unique to you. It may take one trip or numerous to erase all your negative or limiting beliefs. Maybe it takes 10. Maybe you just take it one time, you take a hero's dose and boom, it's all better. Your experience will be unique to you. Always remember that, but do the work. Each time you imprint your ideal life and the belief system that gets you there, you rewire your brain. You make changes both on the anatomic level and also on the subconscious mind. One day you wake up and your belief is a distant memory, a former you, something that was once there but is now gone. Present you wonders why you had it in the first place. So this is overcoming your beliefs with psychedelics in a nutshell. This is a method that I used on myself. It worked. This video would not be happening if the method didn't actually work. There's a lot of stigma in the psychedelic space, and being open about these things, no matter how life-changing they are, and they were even called the flesh of the gods. It doesn't matter. The world is often not ready for the things that can actually help. And I had to overcome my personal limiting beliefs to be confident and brave to actually talk about my experiences and what I've learned and what I've gained to share it with you guys. So rest assured that this actually works if you take it seriously. Follow the 5-step process, rewire your mind, and design the reality that you actually want to live in. It works, guys. It really does. Thanks for watching. If this video provided some value to you, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and maybe share it with a friend. I'm going to be continuing the series of how Psilocybin fixed my mind. Next video coming soon. Psilocybin out.